Bad Buddy the series has been the consistent top trending topic every Friday night since the day it was released over a month ago. It's not a surprise anymore that it becomes the talk of the town because the actors of the said series have done a good job on portraying their characters. The episode 6 from last week was another refreshing episode following the rooftop scene from the previous one. In this video, I'll be talking about my comments and opinions about the episode 6, and some scenes based on the novel that could be adapted to the series on the next few episodes. Before that, what are your thoughts about the episode 6 of Bad Buddy the series? Anyway, if you live in a different country and somebody else's series are not available to yours, you can use ExpressVPN to watch those restricted series. Use the link on the description below to have 49% discount and 3 months free if you opt to avail the 12-month plan. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. The episode 5 was done right and it ended so powerful that we didn't know what to expect for episode 6. The build-up of tension from the previous episode continued on this week's episode and it actually made me sad for the both main characters. Confessing your feelings is already a hard thing to do, but pursuing it is another story. We could see that Pat did a lot of effort for Pran in order to know what the latter was thinking after what happened to them on the rooftop. Pran was ultimately confused and didn't know what to react on the sudden change of Pat's feelings for him. It's actually hard to watch them not talking with one another just because of thinking what could be the consequences of their actions. The tension between the main characters in episode 6 might not be on the same level as episode 5, but it was still there given that Pat came with Pran and his friends. The deal made in the last part between Pat and Pran was already a hint that the two already fell in love with one another, although they are not quite ready yet to be officially together. Overall, the episode 6 gave a roller coaster feelings and I'm not sure how will I survive for next week. It's not a surprise that the friends of Pran would certainly keep him away from Pat due to being their enemy, although I think his friends went overboard by trying to beat Pat up. Their characters were actually consistent since the first episode. The episode 6 didn't only focus on Pat and Pran's unresolved issues but also dealt with them. Y, on the other hand, acted like a shield of Pran from Pat's annoying behavior in this episode. This could give us a hint that the show would use the character of Y as a third man in order to bring out the feelings of Pat for Pran in the future episodes, although it's only my guess. Y could actually spice up the show by trying to steal the attention of Pran from Pat. If you have already read the novel of Bad Buddy, then you would know that the series is taking a different route on how the story of Pat and Pran will unfold. In the novel, there's an upcoming basketball game between the engineering and architecture department, but since Pat got a sprained ankle, Pran was so worried about him. On the day of the game, Pat was still trying to flirt with him by smiling at him even though they are surrounded by a lot of people. While in play, Pran couldn't concentrate so much in the game because he could see that Pat was only enduring the pain of his sprained ankle. Because of that, Pran didn't see the ball coming and it hit him so hard in the head causing him to collapse. Pat immediately went to check him up, not minding the other people around him including his and Pran's friends. Of course Y also came into the rescue and asked Pat why he was so much concerned about his friend. Pat didn't mind it and just picked Pran up and went to the nurse room. After that, when Pran woke up inside the room, he was asked by Y what's the matter going on between him and Pat. Pran couldn't answer him at the time. Y also said that he could see in Pat's eyes how he cared so much about him. He also mentioned that if Pran could also look Pat in the eye, Y would also see it too. What Y did see a couple of moments ago wasn't the look of two people hating one another. When I read this part of the novel, I was actually a bit shocked on how it escalated so quickly. Well, at least things are going smoothly in the novel. After the basketball game and incident, Pat was also asked by his friends on why he helped Pran. Pat just defended himself by saying that their teachers also want them to reconcile with the architecture students, and Pat also agreed on it. On the other hand, he and his friends agreed that they have to throw a victory party for winning against the architecture team. Pat also said that he would bring his boyfriend with him on their party. When Pat went to Pran to convince him, Pran did not want to join him because he was afraid that Pat would be hit by his friends by having a relationship with him. Pat said that it didn't matter to him as long as he can be with Pran like a normal couple would. After a while, Pran just agreed on what Pat wanted to do. When Pat and Pran reached the restaurant, Pat's friend was shocked when they saw Pran with him. One of Pat's friend asked what was he thinking. Pat just replied that he already said that he would bring his boyfriend on their victory party. Afterwards, Pran went to the restroom in order for Pat and his friends to have a talk about it. Pat's friend said that he was like betraying them because after a long time fighting and throwing fists against the architecture students, he would have a boyfriend from the said department. Pat just said that he would be okay if his friends would be angry at him. They could even hit him in the face if that's what they wanted. Their talk was only interrupted when they heard a loud noise on their back. When Pat saw that Pran was knocked out by some random guy, he immediately went to rescue him. A fight suddenly arose between a gang and Pat's friends on the restaurant, but things didn't go the way they wanted. Pat was actually full of bruises while trying to save Pran from their enemies. The fight only escalated when the friends of Pran suddenly came to their rescue. Because of Pat's wounds, Y ordered Pran to take Pat to the hospital while giving him his car keys. Y also said that he would wait in the restaurant to drink some alcohol. Korn also gave a faint smile and said that whoever gets drunk first will pay the bill. This part of the novel is actually exciting to see in the series because we could see the two gangs beginning to accept one another. I know that we might not see this part of the novel in the series for this upcoming episode, but we should take note that there are still a lot to cover. If the plot of Bad Buddy the series won't cover the whole book, then we might still see a season 2 in the future. What do you think of Bad Buddy the series so far? Thank you for watching. That's it, and see you on the next one.